Okay, folks, trivia question number 5. You're going to see why I asked this question. We have 2 winners, as always. I was real impressed with everybody. This is not one that you look up on Google. This is one you probably just know, because I looked it up on Google and it really didn't have a good answer. So multitudes of people with right answers. Y'all did great. I'm impressed with everyone who's watching these videos. But we have 2 winners. And the first to answer correctly they were both on Facebook, Dodie Speece and then Brooke Watkins. So we got your, Dodie I think's already got a bumper sticker, but we'll try and get her another one. So let's get to a little bit more information. You'll see why I asked about the puberty here when I give you this little bit of hopefully good information about how to handle your dogs in the future. For those of you getting puppies, at least once a week I get asked, how old should my puppy be before I neuter or spay or neuter? Okay, so obviously there's a need for this information out there, and there's not any place to go apparently to find those things out. So I'm gonna give you my opinions only. They're like everything I say, they're built on my experience, but I will try to explain why I feel that way as well, so that hopefully we're all on the same page when we're through with the explanation and it makes sense to you. If it don't make sense, you shouldn't be doing it. So here we go. Puberty. When male dogs hike their leg, hormones are causing that reaction. The testicles can drop before puberty actually starts, because the testicles have to drop and then they start to secrete the hormones. So hiking their leg is the one sure sign it started. Females, they go into heat. They have a heat cycle. That's it. When the heat cycle's over, puberty is going in a blowing. I mean, adulthood is pretty well reached. So the question about when to spay or neuter your dog, how young, how old, that sort of thing, here's my take on it. You wait until after puberty, period. Why do I say that? Really simple. If you think about it, for those of you that are into livestock and horses and things like that, you know that if you see a steer, which is a castrated cow, standing 50 yards away, and a bull, which is an uncastrated cow, standing 50 yards away, you can see the difference. Think of it like this. Before you went into puberty, if you're a guy, you didn't have to shave, right? And if you're a girl, you didn't turn as many heads, let's just put it that way. So the reason is these hormones are needed to finish your maturity. You take away those hormones before they start acting on your body, you have, let's just call it a half-baked dog on your hands. So is there anything wrong with a half-baked dog? Well, here's one thing. You got to remember, they're still growing. You still continued growing after you hit puberty, and you continued growing because the growth platelets in the end of your joints, your bones, kept forming and creating more bone, creating more growth, more density. If you're a guy, you started getting muscle tone for the first time. You could do this and really make a muscle instead of just showing off for your daddy, right? So to finish this process of growth, you got to have those hormones. And if you take away those hormones, you're going to lose your body's or that dog's ability to complete their growth. What can that do? Well, for one thing, it's going to keep them a little bit smaller. For another thing, you're going to increase greatly, like 3 to 4 times the likelihood of some sort of joint problem like hip dysplasia. Failure to continue growing. The hip socket is maybe formed like this and it hadn't made that complete cup that you need to fit the ball right in there. And so it's going to be like this, and it's going to be more slippable. So there's a lot of potential structural problems that come about from early spaying and neutering. Play it safe. Give your dog at least 90 days after the first signs of puberty. Then they're going to be grown. Let's face it. No, especially a guy. You don't. Who wants a pit bull? Who wants an American bulldog or a Connie Corso that looks like a wimp? We don't want wimp dogs. We want real dogs. So the way you get real dogs is to let them finish growing. When they're through with their growth cycle, 90 days after the first onset of puberty signs, you're good to go. spay neuter. I'm not saying anything against spaying and neutering. I'm just saying give your dog a chance to grow up, then do it as quickly as possible so it helps in recovery time for them to be a little younger, and you should be fine. But give your dog a chance to grow up. And next week we'll have a new trivia question. I'm going to go back to history, maybe make y'all Google a little bit more stuff. So till then, remember, if you ain't having fun, you ain't training dogs. So see y'all then, folks. Thanks.